YouTube, what's going on? What's going on? So, in today's video, I'd like to talk to you guys on why I just bought a Microsoft call option. Let me see something real fast. Yeah, why I bought Microsoft call option. Now, I did technically bought it a little bit early because it was just not coming down to my zone, but it was just the market was closing soon. So I was like, I entered somewhere right here. The market is closing soon, so Microsoft is like literally this close to this fair value gap right here that I'm actually wanting to target. So my goal was for it to tap into the fair value gap and then have a reversal up, but I believe that the buys are in a little bit early, and it's just not coming down to the fair value gap. Um, Seeing that we're gonna go into pre-market literally right now. We're in pre-market. The other fair value gap that I see as well is on a 1 day. So I am technically already in a fair value gap. So in my video, I last couple of videos I talked to you guys about what fair value gaps are. I preach it pretty much every video at this point, so you guys by now should know what I'm talking about. But this 1 day fair value gap is really good, and one of the reasons why it's so good is because the RSI is low, right? I know that people say the RSI is when the RSI is low, the bears are in charge, and when the RSI is up, then the bulls are in charge, which is true. But I have a question for you guys. Would you rather be right here in the trend, like right here, when it's up right here, or would you rather be down here when the trend starts? You know, as good as RSI is, it is lagging. I mean, a lot of indicators are lagging. Um, I would rather be entering down here than to wait for this to come up to here before I enter the trade. What about right here? What if you could enter down right here and ride it up? Wouldn't that be better than to wait for it to come all the way up here before you look for a trade? You know, how many times have you guys entered into see something like, oh, the bulls are in charge, and then it just crashes? So look, I'm not saying that I'm right. You know, I'm not saying hey I'm definitely 100% right. But what I am saying is I entered this trade for a reason, a purpose. Okay, and it's clear to me. So one or two things I do. Oh yeah. So another thing about the RSI is, do you see the RSI on the 4 hour time frame? It's severely oversold. Now you can have an argument that says, well, it's been oversold for a long time and you haven't had a bounce really. Well, there hasn't really been a reason to bounce. And the places that it did bounce, it did bounce. For example, this is the other place that I see where I would have, this right here is where I would have entered in again, right here. You see this gap fill right here? This is where I would enter in and ride it up. Yes, we continued down, but there was a reason why I'd have entered here. Either let's say I entered here, I would have win. If I entered here, I would have win. And what this is another fair value gap that he had created that he was tapping into for a while, and they're still sellers, right? So, they broke through these buyers, right? That's what I meant to say, buyers. They broke through these buyers, right? Now there's another fair value gap right here, where there's another set of buyers, and there's a couple of reasons why I like this one for a potential bounce is again, severely overbought, oversold, right? So that's number one, we're severely oversold, and B, there's no other support that I can see from the higher time frame, the monthly, the weekly, monthly, week. There's none. There's nothing except for this 1 day fair value gap, but we're in, and the 4 hour. Now, I feel comfortable with this because even if tomorrow comes, let's say tomorrow comes and we're down here, well, I still know that we're going to hit support. I just simply entered early just in case. If they come in the morning and let's say they do something like this where they love to do this, is let's say they trade sideways like this in the morning, pop up or something, then drop down in the early morning, I still expect them to push the market up because they're never going to make it that easy. That's what I learned about the market. They're never going to make it that easy. They're never going to be like, oh, hey, right here, buy call option, and it goes in my way. I'm like, yay. They might actually tank the market down even lower. I bought somewhere right here. They might tank the market down. I'm trying, but they might tank the market down lower. So people that's in call think that, oh, market's going to reverse because the RSI is hot. There's those people. But me, I know that I'm going to wait for 3 to 1. I'm going to wait for at least $15 for 15. That's just me personally. But yeah, so that's the reason why I entered into a call option on Microsoft. So I'll see you guys in my next one. Later.